Hey guys, Jeff here with the Common Sense Camper. I've had 2 good days in a row of weather here in Ohio, and it's absolutely just breathtaking considering the winter that we've had here the last couple months. So I'm going to do a series of videos. I had 4, actually I had 5 of my subscribers and a couple of my friends on Facebook, after they saw my video of my kit and how I had changed my kit after going to the Pathfinder basic class, they asked me to go into specifics on what I carry in that kit now. And so I thought I would do that. I'm going to try and keep these brief, and I'm just going to go right through my kit one item at a time. That way, if there's something that you already have that doesn't interest you, you can go right on to the next one. So the first video that I'm going to talk about, or the first piece of kit that I'm going to talk about, is a dry bag. Now there's different types of dry bags. You have these type of dry bags, which are more like a nylon or tent material. Then you have these type of dry bags, which is kind of a rubber material. They're a little heavier duty bag. And this one here is a 30 liter, and this is called a Chinook. That's the company that makes it. It's a Chinook. That's spelled C-H-I-N-O-O-K. They are out of Ontario, Canada. I'm only aware of one outdoor store that actually carries them in a retail situation, and that's out in the state of Washington. So you'll have to buy these online. However, the nice thing is they do carry these on Amazon.com, so you can purchase these on Amazon. Again, it's a 30 liter, very heavy duty, very well made dry bag. I bought this with shipping around 20 bucks. So you know, to go from something like this where you can pick these up pretty inexpensive. You can get these anywhere from $8 to $14, $15. But these you're gonna have to spend a little more money on to get the heavier duty bags. So what do I use these for? Well, the first thing that I use this for, I usually keep this on the top of my bag, or readily available in my bedroll, is just a simple kneeling pad. You know, you get to camp, you take off your pack. First thing you do is you're going to kneel down and you're going to start getting your gear out. So I use this to keep my knees, my clothes dry. That is the first thing that I use it for. The second thing that I use it for is to collect firewood, to collect tinder, to collect bird's nest material. And I just simply took some bank line, thread it through the hooks or the snaps, and then I just put a knot on there that I can adjust. Basically it's just it's a prusik loop, and that way I can adjust it up and down. And one little trick is, if you're collecting firewood, hopefully I can find a stick, maybe not. That's probably not a good one, but it's enough for the demonstration purposes. If you just simply take a little larger stick, put that in there, it'll prop it open so that it's easier to gather wood with. So that's probably, other than the kneeling pad, that's probably the biggest use that I have for this bag. Now, other uses that I've been very successful with, one is to gather water. If you're near a water source, you can go down, fill this up, take it back to your campsite. You know, especially if you're camping far away from a water source, you know, cinch it down, snap it. Now you have 30 liters of water. Now obviously you have to boil it or filter it or treat it somehow, but you're not running down to the pond or creek constantly. You have it right there at your campsite, and with the bank line you can just tie it around the tree and it'll just sit there kind of like a, you know, 30 liter water bottle, big water bottle. A couple other uses. Now these aren't ones that I another one that I do use a lot is I use this as a pillow, and I'll fill it up with leaves, I'll fill it up with my clothing. If it's warm out, I'll just stuff my wool blanket in there, I'll throw a pillowcase over it, and I can use it as a pillow. Now, a couple uses that I have done, but not a lot. I actually washed clothes with this a couple times. And the trick to this is take some hot water. You're going to dump it in here. You don't need a lot. Probably 3 or 4 cups would probably do it. And then you just simply take some burnt out charcoal from your fire and take it, crumple it up, drop it in there. Put your socks, your underwear in there, t-shirt. It's not going to work real well with big bulky clothes because there's not enough room in it to actually shake it. But again, cinch it down, lock it, and you just sit there and shake it. It takes probably 10-15 minutes. And take them out, wring your clothes out, dry them over the fire. Now you have clean clothes. Yeah, they're going to smell like charcoal, but they're not going to stink. So that works really well. Another thing that you can use this bag for is if you're out overnight and you're not going to use it as a pillow, or if you have a second one of these, you dry out your socks and your shoes. And you know, if you leave them outside overnight, or you're in a shelter like this where it's just a simple open, you know, tarp shelter, you're going to get dew, condensation, and moisture in your shoes and your socks. And there's nothing worse than that in the morning, waking up and your feet are nice and warm and you stick them in cold socks and, you know, wet shoes. So you can put your shoes and your socks in this, roll it up, buckle it, and now they're going to stay nice and dry and you won't have wet feet in the morning. So those are a couple uses for the dry bag. Again, this is the one that I use. I've had this one for probably 4 or 5 years. I really like it. I haven't had any problems with it. The nice thing is if you do puncture a hole in it, because it's kind of rubbery, it's like a PVC material, you just take your duct tape, which is right here, and just patch it, and it works fine. So that's the dry bag, probably more than what you want to know about dry bags, and I think that's it. If you guys have other uses for dry bags, list them below. I'm always curious to see what you guys use this gear and different equipment for. So this is Jeff with the Common Sense Camper, camping out.